welcome to the Q&A ahead of Game Week 25. My apologies for my lateness. I will not even attempt to blame Sam Bonfield for this one. It is all my fault. Work got in the way. What can I say? It happens every now and then. But we're here. We're still at 2 point something million. But
wait, stop.
You're on the rise. You're on the rise, Sam. You're on the rise.
There's an 800k green arrow here this week, and I will not let you skirt over this with we're still at 2.5 million, because that's an 800k green arrow.
Wow. I mean, do you want to celebrate that, even though it was from?
Yes. It's
okay.
800K.
Oh, no. Sorry. Okay. Let me start again. Welcome to the Q&A. Can you believe it? We have an 800k green arrow, maybe the biggest green arrow in Q&A history. Talk us through it, Sam.
You see, now that,
how's that?
As Phillips, is what I needed today, because I am now hot on your heels.
Yeah, I'm
catching you. Yeah, I am.
The wild card's been good, I have to say. The wild card's
been good. I feel like things are getting better. It's not quite so heavy in the world of Sam's FPL team. I don't hate them all anymore. There's a lot of good stuff going on. You missed my panic last week. I spent all of last week, honestly, not wanting to sell Florian Wirtz and telling everyone who would listen that I did not want to sell Florian Wirtz. And
then
on Thursday, yeah, I did. But on Thursday evening, I watched the Aston Villa game, and I never do I want a player to get injured, but I really wanted Morgan Rogers to just, just be a doubt, because then I could have gone, right, you can go. But everyone was bringing him in, and people were talking about his fixtures, and I was like, I've got this, but why am I going to sell a player that everyone else wants to buy? That feels like what am I doing here? And then as soon as the deadline passed, I was like, I've done the wrong thing. I hate myself. Why have I done this? And then, of course, I had to sit through it because Liverpool had to sit through the game on Saturday night with Lee while Florian did Florian things. And I regret my life choices, to be honest. And now I need to find a way back. I was hoping that Arsenal wouldn't double, because then it would have been Rice would have been an easy move out, but not so much now.
I hadn't seen your team, but we were watching the Liverpool game on holiday, and when Wirtz scored, I was like, because they went, Sam's got him, and I was like, I think she's got rid of him, because I remember when you did the wild card, you were saying he's the easy route to Fernandes, and I wasn't sure if you had the money, from anyone else. I kept the money to do it.
Yeah, I kept the money to be able to go from Rodgers or Semenyo or Rice. So I had I literally had a straight shootout across my midfield. And I thought, well, can't sell Rice or Enzo because one of them's going to double and I don't know which one. And I inevitably would sell the wrong one. I don't want to sell Semenyo because Spurs. And then, I forget who the other one. Oh, Rodgers. And I was like, wow, two really quite nice fixtures coming up for Rodgers. I feel like everyone else is jumping on the back of him. I probably should go there. Wirtz, difficult game against Newcastle, despite the fact I fancied them. Then it's Man City. I can go back to him straight after the Man City game. And at that point, I'm like, I'll know which one of Enzo and Rice I can get rid of, or I can move for. Anyway, I basically had a nightmare with that one. But everyone else was great. It was a good week. It was a really, really good week. I captained Bruno. That was good. 79 I had. So it was good. It would have just been 10 points more had I sold Rodgers instead of Wirtz, but then that's where we are. You're not going to dwell on it.
Yeah, I guess you've got to look at it over like 3 weeks, haven't you? Like if Rodgers outscores Wirtz over the next couple of games, then it doesn't look so bad. I'd have done the same thing, I think.
Well, you say that, but if I now do Rodgers to Wirtz,
then I've just... Okay, so Rodgers has got one more week to...
Might not even have this weekend.
Oh, you might do Rodgers to Wirtz straight away.
Yeah, I might just do it. I might just roll. So I'm really conflicted. We can talk about my transfers as we go, but I can't decide whether to just do it this week and be done with it, or to roll it and then deal with it for midweek. I do think Liverpool could do really well against Man City, having watched the collapse of Man City on Sunday, live from North London. And yeah. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll talk about our transfers as we go, I guess. But I might yet still get Wirtz back in for this weekend.
Well, I got a 400k green, and that was with Saka obviously missing out and getting 0 points off the bench in Chow. So
Oh no!
I know. So do you know what? It was an all right week. Like obviously I had
10 men to
Fernandez.
get 400k
Yeah,
is
basically
decent.
10 men, and I got in Fernandez. Anderson was amazing again, 7 points. But it was Ekatike. He was the main one. Kept him for all these blanks and rests and rotation and all that. And I knew eventually he would do something
Came
because
good.
he is an unbelievable player. But yeah, it was a pretty average week. I've seen some big scores. I mean, 79 is a big score this week. So yeah, long may it continue. Well, this is the Q&A, so I guess we better take some questions. Let us know in the chat. We can answer as many as we can. Yelena says you're only just starting. Yes, sorry.
I know.
Honestly, she's always tagging. It was my birthday yesterday, and she took me out and she bought me a load of whiskey sours, and I blame her for. It's been a hard day today. Work's been tough. Everything's delayed, but I'm here. I am here.
You're alive. You're here.
I'm just about alive. FPL Marshall, hi guys. Where should I go? From Gahey and Dorgu. I have 2 free transfers and 3 Arsenal already. Do you think Gahey's a priority sell? You've got him, haven't you?
I've got him. I don't think he's a priority sell. I think you can hold him. Obviously, game week 31, you're going to probably want rid because you're going to have to start. Like I've got 3 Arsenal, 3 Man City at the moment. No Palace, no Wolves, so that helps. But that's still 6 players blanking in that game week. So I'm going to have to start ditching. Gahey is the City player I would choose to ditch, and Rice will be the first of the Arsenal players I'll ditch. Obviously, I can carry 3 of them on the bench, so it's not the end of the world. I think from Dorgu, James Hill is the obvious replacement there because at 3.9 million, I don't think he's taken a price rise. I think he is still 3.9. He offers incredible value for money and gives you an investment in that Bournemouth side where the fixtures are good. They don't blank in 31 when we're going to need players to play, and particularly if you're going to have 2 Arsenal defenders, then he makes a really nice, viable alternative. So I would go there. Gahey's interesting, isn't he? I think you can stay. I don't think you have to sell Gahey anytime soon. I think he's a low priority sell. If you do want to go there, then the next couple, I guess we would still maybe look at the Chelsea defence, but I don't love the Chelsea defence. Their XGC numbers aren't great. They just generally don't look great for clean sheets, really. So I think I'd just hold Gahey and do Dorgu to James Hill.
James Hill. I mean, that is a name I wouldn't have thought many people would be talking about at the start of the season, but yeah, he's
makes sense. Good fixtures, DEFCON.
I mean, if you look at the fixture ticker on Scout over the next, well, does it matter, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks, Bournemouth are right up there. And if you look at the next fixtures, Villa at home, Everton away, West Ham away, Sunderland at home, Brentford at home, Burnley away. That's a good run. And
every time Senesi's got DEFCON since he starting, James Hill's picked them up as well.
Yeah.
So you can cover
3.9. Yeah, I like that. I'm trying to think of other routes that you could go. I mean, you could go for a Forest player, but when really you're going to play them? They've got Wolves at home in 26, but they've got Liverpool, Brighton away, Man City away. You could look at someone like Anderson, Everton at home this week, got Sunderland in 27, Spurs in 28, but it gets better from 29.
Yeah, you got Wan-Bissaka, who's good for this week, but then for not really any other weeks.
It just feels like you're looking for an excuse not to get a Bournemouth defender because they seem the obvious move. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, I like that. I think the same as you. Keep Gahey. Would you if you had the money to get Senesi, would you do it, or would you save the 0.9?
So I did on Wildcard. I got Senesi rather than Hill because I had the money and I liked it. I liked him better because I thought there was more attacking upside potential there, and there is more attacking upside potential there. On reflection, now looking back on it, I probably should have done Hill because that would have given me the extra money that I needed to. So at the minute, I'm in a really conflicted moment where, in order to get from Dominic Calvert-Lewin to João Pedro, who keeps rising in price and costing me more and more money.
I'm so happy this has gone badly for you, honestly.
Well, it's not the Dominic Calvert-Lewin thing, it's the João Pedro thing, right? So in order for me to go from Calvert-Lewin to João Pedro, I'm actually quite happy to play Dominic Calvert-Lewin this week. I'm not convinced I want to sell him ahead of Nottingham Forest at home. But if I wanted to go from Calvert-Lewin to João Pedro, I would have to Free up. God, why is that so hard to say? Free up 0.3 million. Actually, I think it might be 0.4 now because João Pedro was due to rise last night. The only way for me to do that would be to take, that I'm happy to do, would be currently to take the money out of Senesi and go down to James Hill. That would enable me to take 0.9 and I could invest that money then in João Pedro. The issue with that is that if I then want to do Rodgers to Wirtz in midweek, I don't then have enough to do that out of that sway. So I've got to basically decide whether I want to have João Pedro for the next couple of matches or whether I want to get Wirtz and have him for the rest of the season effectively. So I think I might just go without João Pedro. So in answer to your question, I think now I would just get James Hill because the money can be spent so much better elsewhere. I don't think Senesi's offering nearly $1 million more.
Yeah, he's got a knack and he picks up the occasional assist and things like that, Senesi. I think it's a lot of money, isn't it? The thing is, I mean, if you haven't got Saka and you're not going for Palmer, I think Senesi is the better pick. So if the money doesn't matter to you, then just get him. But Ralph, what are you doing?
What is Ralph doing?
He's chewing on a laundry. He's run away with it. He's gone. I'm not getting that back. I'd get Senesi if you had the funds and didn't have any plans to buy any expensive players. I think Saka's done, isn't he? Saka's done. I mean, our next question is, can you rank Timber, Saliba, and Raya as a third Arsenal based on rest rotation? I think even if we added Saka into that now, I think it's very, very hard to make a case for him going into this double game week.
I think Timber is the obvious choice of these three. My issue is there was some debate as to whether he's actually all right because I think he missed training today, or at least he wasn't pictured in the training pictures, which has caused absolute meltdown across social media today. I obviously have Timber as my third. I think he is a far better option than Saliba and Raya because with Saliba and Raya, you just don't have that potential upside. Whereas I was writing my scout notes today, ready for the scout squad, which I don't know if it's going out today or tomorrow, but Timber was one of the players that I put in, regardless of the fact that he wasn't seen in the pictures. I was just like, well, I'm putting Timber because I think he is a really, really good option. And his underlying numbers are great. His attacking threat is like so much better than anybody else. So in terms of upside potential that you can gain with Saliba and Raya, it feels like you're getting 6. Maybe Saliba picks up some DEFCON, but it feels like you're getting 6 or 2, depending upon what happens. Whereas Timber, the upside could be massive, as we've seen over the course of this season. For Timber? I know, but if you look at the underlying numbers, they're definitely there. And of course, that double game week, Wolves and Brentford, you could definitely see the opportunity. And he's been so unlucky over the last couple of matches. Like how he's not picked up an attacking return, I don't even know.
I didn't have Gabriel, so I had to bring him in this week. He's in. It means I'm a little bit behind again, but if I was making the choice between Timber, Raya, or Saliba this week, I'd be getting Raya.
Raya?
Yeah.
Why?
I liked the idea of having Saka and Rice as like a bit of an attacking differential, but I have no interest in Saliba at all. He blocks a defensive spot. He's not really getting the DEFCON. He's got no attacking threat. I think Timber could easily be rested in one of those games for Ben White. I think you just get Raya in. I'd go Raya, Timber, Saliba out of those three. I've no interest in Saliba at all.
No, I've no interest in Saliba. I'd have Timber, Raya, Saliba.
Yeah. I mean, I've got... It's an upgrade, isn't it? 'Cause I mean, my defence is all right, but then I look at like Verbruggen and Dubravka, who I'm having to play one of each week. And I think I could just make that Raya. That's a massive upgrade.
So you only have 2 Arsenal at the minute?
No, I've got 3. I've got Timber, Gabriel and Rice now.
But you wouldn't swap Timber for Raya?
I wouldn't swap him, no. But if say I had Gabriel, Rice and Saka, right, which a lot of people have got.
Yeah.
I think I'd be looking, unless my defence had a clear injury in it, like a Dorgu or, someone who I just didn't want. If the upgrade was from like, I don't know, Tarkowski or Anderson, or, someone half decent, basically, I would be reluctant to do it if I could upgrade someone like Verbruggen up to Raya.
As somebody that's owned Raya for a long time this season, I just don't see the value at all. He's so expensive.
It's just double game weeks, though, isn't it? Double game weeks, they're so...
But he will either get 6 points in both the games,
yeah,
or he'll get 2 points in both the games. He won't get bonus. He won't get save points. He won't get any upside. unless he randomly saves a penalty, but you can't predict that.
But he's got 2 games guaranteed.
So he's either going to get 4 or 12. Whereas Timber, even if he only started one of them, he'll get more than 4.
Well, he might not.
He will.
He hasn't
I
done
think
any...
the upside for Timber is massive.
He hasn't really done anything to suggest that he's that level of defender for us, though. He had a very, very good start to the season. You can say he's been unlucky, fair enough, but double game week, rest and rotation, other competitions. I don't know. I'm just not. I'm not totally sold on Timber at the moment. I've had him for bloody ages.
I'm just looking at my scout squad
as a lot of people are pointing out in 31. You can just play Dubravka, right?
Oh yeah, well that'll go well though, won't it? When we all have to play Dubravka.
Who's he got? Has he got Palace? No, Fulham away. That's not great.
Oh, yeah, Dubravka against Harry Wilson. That'll end well for us all. I think, but the thing is, you don't, just because you buy Timber now, you've got until game week, that'll be for 26. So you've got 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. You've got 5 possible transfers in which you can sell Timber. You don't have to keep him, do you?
Yeah, but we can't all do what you're doing, Sam, by selling players one week, buying them back the next. If
I
we
know,
get rid of Wirtz again in a couple of weeks as well, bring him back.
No. I've decided that Flo and I call him Flo. Flo and I are like this. That we're besties now, and that's it. I am going to remain loyal to him between now and the end of the season.
You think he's going to be happy with the fact you binned him off and now you're bringing him back?
I think he's forgiven me already.
Okay. He seems like a nice guy.
I think he's a nice man, and I saw him getting interviewed after the game, and I think he was already thinking, yeah, okay, I understand. I let her down when she captained me the other week, and now I've got my own back a little bit. Now that's it. I'm gonna kiss and make up.
Other Reds midfield. All about triple Man United midfield.
The problem I have with this is
anyone going for triple Man United midfield? Surely not.
What the problem with this is that we only have 5 midfielder slots. So if you go triple Manchester United midfield, where are you putting everyone else? Like, how are you having like the Semenyos, the Rices, maybe you're not having either of them or Wirtz or any of those guys. I can get on board with the double.
Yeah.
But 3, there's so many brilliant midfielders in the game at the minute that to take 3 slots and give them all to Manchester United, especially when we don't exactly know what's going to happen. Like, if he starts playing Sesko up top, what does that mean for Mbeumo? Where's he going to play? Is he going to play on the wing again? What does that, like, can we see a change of formation?
Yeah.
All of this, I think, for me, is just too much of an uncertainty and too much of an unknown. You 100% get Bruno Fernandes. If you want to double him up with Mbeumo or with Cunha, I'm here for that. But I can't get on board with having 3.
I wouldn't be going near Cunha. Still, I'm not convinced on that move. You know, I know he got the goal, played well against Fulham. 2 games before that, he didn't even start. Came off the bench.
Yeah.
I wonder if Sesko comes in exactly like you say. If Sesko does come in, because he's been doing well off the bench as well.
Yeah.
What does that mean? That means someone's got to drop out.
Yep. And they haven't got loads of other competitions, so you know, you would, if it's mostly going to be Premier League matches now. Well, it will be Premier League matches now for them all. So we should see less rotation, but I think we'll see more rotation if we suddenly have a forward at Manchester United that's doing well. Because at the minute, you can play those 3 midfielders because he doesn't have that front man. But if Sesko starts being decent, I mean, maybe that's better for us in FPL anyway, because we need some more forwards. So having an option in Sesko maybe is decent, but I would don't fancy
fine. Mbeumo will start most games, but
yeah, but I think the treble up's too much.
Yep. Hi, and Sam says Florent, play Ghana or Chow? So Ghana with Fulham away, Chow with Brentford at home. I've sold Chow this week. He's been a funny player to own. He's done basically nothing for me except for getting me a 17-pointer in game week 20, which sort of like does
counts.
Like it's fine. But I mean, all the other games I've played him, 1-1, like he got a -1 for me at one point. He got a 0 when he came off my bench. He's been a funny own. Ultimately, he's done all right with the 17-pointer, but I think with the fixtures Newcastle have got and the fact they're conceding goals all over the place, they've got Brentford, Spurs, Man City, Everton, Manchester United. I mean, Brentford, Spurs, City. I think they probably conceded all three of those.
I think they will too.
And then it's Everton, Manchester United. Well, Manchester United are on the up now, so it's only really Everton in 28. Then they've got Chelsea away in 30. I think you only really want him for Everton in 28 and Sunderland in 31. Other than that.
And even then, like, I know Sunderland haven't been great on the road, but it is the derby, and you would expect there to be a bit of fight about them. I don't...
I just play Ghana. Gonna get you 4 points.
I would agree. I don't like investment in Newcastle at all. Like, I thought that their performance against Liverpool was, apart from Anthony Gordon being raging for no apparent reason for most of the game, I thought it was a really poor performance from Newcastle. And then I thought their performance against Manchester City was absolutely dreadful, to the point where I turned it off. It was such a bad game. They just haven't been good. They haven't been good lately. And they've also thrown into the mix got the Champions League, 2 matches of the playoffs coming up as well. And you would think that that would have to be their priority, because financially, I think they're going to need to progress to the round of 16 for next year to make sense to them. So they're going to have to prioritise those 2 games that they've got to play. I would easily... Ghana, for me, is the obvious choice here. I don't think he's not going to keep a clean sheet this week. Ghana's got the upside of DEFCON. I think you've done the right thing in selling him.
Yep. Oh, well, pleased to hear.
There you go.
Ray Thomas starts Semenyo and Nunes or Szoboszlai and Virgil. Or what mixture between them would you choose? Anybody help me out, please. Not even specific to us. Anybody.
Does this do... because that's a defender and a midfielder. Can we play both? Because if it was me, I'd play both the midfielders.
Well, I'm guessing it's a midfielder and a defender to pick.
No, but it doesn't tell me I have to do that. So therefore,
it doesn't. But I think we can assume that he's not looking to bench Nunes and Virgil and play 3.
Well, if it's
other defenders.
If it's that, I'd play Semenyo and Virgil, because Semenyo, I mean, I watched him at the weekend. He was fantastic in that first half, especially. He's also really, really selfish. He's not looking for Haaland at all. He's just shooting on sight. It's like, it's exactly what you want in FPL, right? So I'd play him, plus the Liverpool defence, shocking. However, play Virgil, because from set pieces, I would expect Virgil to be quite good, and that City defence was not great against Spurs in that second half. Like, when we actually did do some attacking, which did take us 45 minutes to do, and even then we didn't do it particularly well. But when we did get in the penalty box, they were all at sea. So I do think that Liverpool, who are a better attacking unit than Spurs, and will probably therefore win more set pieces, and will send Virgil up for those set pieces, I think you've got more upside from him than you have from Nunes. So that's what I would do.
The other way of looking at it is pick your team. Pick which team you think is going to win that fixture and just double up on them.
Yeah, but I think Liverpool win that fixture, but I would not bench Semenyo for Szoboszlai.
Interesting. If I had told you that Liverpool win that game 2-1,
I'd still play Semenyo.
You'd still play Semenyo.
Because I think it would be Semenyo that would get the goal.
Interesting. See, I would not do that. I would back the involvement in one of the 2 goals.
Interesting.
I think.
I just think that if Liverpool do well, it's going to be Wirtz and Ekitike. It's not going to be Szoboszlai. Maybe Salah's involved.
He's got pens, though.
Has he? With Salah there?
Yeah, good point. I suppose with Salah back, he hasn't.
I don't think he takes the pens. I think Salah takes the pens.
No, he doesn't, does he? No, you're right.
So yeah. I think, and Szoboszlai might end up playing in the defence, depending upon what on earth's happening with Frimpong and any other availability that they have. There's a good chance that Szoboszlai plays at right back. So if he's playing at right back alongside Konate and Virgil, like, that's not Szoboszlai's best position. That's not helping him to do well for you in FPL. So on the basis of, I think there's a lot of factors against Szoboszlai this week. The fact that I also think that there's 3 better assets to own in the Liverpool attack than he. Whereas Semenyo, I think he's the best Man City player to own.
Do you know what? All right, I tried to play devil's advocate, but I don't think I can.
I don't know why I got so passionate about it either. It's just
fine. Let's go Semenyo and Van Dijk then. That's fine. Yeah.
That's our advice.
I'm happy to have Ekatike in this game. I think he could do quite well in this.
Yeah, I think he will do well.
That City team. Sidan says thoughts on Summerville with Matoma out, which allows me to get Timber for Hall and Dorgu to Hill. Exact cash, free transfers. Would you do it?
Yes, I would do all of this. Yeah, I like this. I don't love the Summerville pick long term, because West Ham are West Ham and they're at the bottom or there or thereabouts in the league for a reason. However, it is Burnley and they are shocking. They are shockingly bad. And if you're doing this, I would assume therefore probably that you've got a decent front three that you can play every week. So having Summerville and somebody maybe like Krupi Jr. in a rotation is not terrible, because obviously you're playing for Burnley, but then after that, Manchester United, Bournemouth, Liverpool, Fulham, Man City, Aston Villa. It's not really until we get to 32 with Wolves, Crystal Palace, Everton that you'd want to play Summerville again. But I think short term, it's a decent option. It allows you to get Timber, which I think is far better. It's better to have Timber than it is to have Hall at Newcastle. And the Dorgu to Hill thing, I think, works perfectly. So I think for this week, you're getting a good player and a good option in Summerville, who's going to be a nice differential that you don't have to play moving forward either.
Would you go Summerville over Garner and Anderson, though? I guess is the question.
Yeah, that is the question. So I think for this week, yes, I would. Moving forward, though, Anderson probably is the more sensible pick here, because obviously it's Leeds this week, which, is what it is. Before Wolves, Liverpool, Brighton, Man City, Fulham, Spurs. They're more mixed bag, but you know what you're kind of getting there, don't you? With Anderson, you're likely to get DEFCON every week, and in those more difficult matches, you'll probably get them. Garner. Yeah, I mean, I guess the big thing is who in game week 31, when you need your fifth midfielder, because you'll need your fifth. What have they got? So you've got Garner's got Chelsea. Anderson's got Spurs, and Summerville has got Aston Villa.
Yeah, I mean the only question there really though is who Summerville got, because it doesn't matter who Anderson and Garner have got, because you're expecting 4 points wherever they play, and actually the tougher games you're probably more likely to get. But is it Villa away?
Yeah.
See, I'd go Anderson. I don't think someone like Summerville can match what Anderson's doing every week, getting 4 points. It's so underrated, really, isn't it? So underrated. Honestly, it's so underrated having that consistency.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
And then he can blank and get a 7-pointer as well. It's pretty unbelievable. Yeah, Anderson's less. Anderson's 5-3.
Oh, we'll do that then.
If the question purely, which it is thoughts on Summerville to do these moves, I'm like, yeah, go for it. I like the moves. Get Timber in for Hall, Dorgu to Hill, absolutely fine, no problems with that. If you want to take a punt on Summerville, got no issue with it at all. But personally, I think there's better options at 5.5. So it depends on how you want to phrase it. FPL Juba, sell Haaland. Eek. Would buy João Pedro. Already have Ekatike and Krupi in a strong midfield. Fernandez, Enzo, Rice, Semenyo, and Rodgers. Okay, this is interesting because this is like there's no cash incentive to sell Haaland here, right?
Nope.
Do I just think Haaland is a worse option than João Pedro?
Do you think Haaland is a worse option than João Pedro?
I mean, it's not been great for him, is it?
Nope.
What was it? 1 goal in 6 now?
Yep. And an assist.
The thing is, the fixtures get a lot better after Liverpool away.
Yep.
Fulham at home, Newcastle at home, Leeds away, Forest at home, West Ham away. You are going to need a seriously big sofa to hide behind watching Haaland with those 3 home games in 4. And then Chelsea's fixtures after the next couple get really. I wouldn't do it. I'm not. Well, I'm put it this way. I'm not even considering it. It's not even on my radar.
Okay, so let's look at this from a different perspective then. So you have Ekatike and Krupi and Haaland as your front 3. Is João Pedro better than any of them? Maybe Krupi aside, because Krupi's price means that you probably can't go from Krupi to João Pedro. Would you have João Pedro over Ekatike, given the Liverpool fixtures are also delightful once you get past the Man City game?
No.
Right.
I think it's close. But would I... If I was on a wild card and I was buying a striker, I think Pedro probably would be my first name that I'd pick. But it's a transfer, isn't it? And it can turn around so quickly. And I mean, like someone like Thiago is a good example as well. Like Thiago to Pedro, is that a good move? Like the next two are really rough, like Newcastle away and Arsenal at home. But then it's Brighton, Burnley, Bournemouth, Wolves, Leeds, Everton. You're going to want him back straight away in 27. So Pedro really has to hit big hauls in those two games. And it's the same as selling any of them, right? Because if you're just going to want to ditch Pedro in 27 anyway, you're just completely reliant on him getting big hauls over the next 3 weeks, which he could do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't sell Ekatike or Haaland for Pedro personally. And maybe that's completely wrong. Maybe that's too passive play. Maybe you need to go for the fixture. But no.
The problem I have with selling Haaland is that if you sell Haaland and he bangs in any of these fixtures, and he doesn't even have to go with João Pedro, and you're done. Because not only do you not have him at all, he will still likely be the most captained player in the game week, because it's inevitable with him. That's just the way it is. Amongst the active players and, you know, the really engaged, probably not. He probably won't be, but they'll be spread around where those captain's armbands are, the rest of us. But I just think for me, not captaining Haaland is enough. Like, if I don't have him at all and then he scores against Liverpool, I'll tell you now, sitting in the Spurs Stadium on Sunday afternoon, when he gets that early assist and I haven't captained him, all right, I've got 2 assists out of Bruno that's just happened. When Bruno was sitting on just 1 assist, I was like, oh God. And then the Spurs team sheet came out and I was like, oh, this is a disaster. This is a disaster. Then he gets the late assist, it gets him into the bonus, and I start to feel a bit better. So we've got a 10-point target that we're chasing now with Haaland. And obviously he then goes and gets an early assist. And I'm thinking, this is going to really hurt. Like, this has been a really, really successful game week. Everything's gone well. This looks great. I'm happy. But it's going to be tanked by not captaining Haaland. Now, as it happens, he didn't do anything else and it was fine. And I got a good green arrow and everything was well with the world. But if he goes on to get something else, if he goes on and he scores later on in that game, and you've not captained...
Are you not just living your life in fear?
Probably, but I'm not... I'm not...
There's potential. With risk, there is great reward.
There's also great punishment, and I can take the great reward by moving the captaincy elsewhere, because I'm differentiating another player at that stage. So you move the captain's armband, and this is a bad example because obviously João Pedro is probably one of the players that players would look to move the armband to. But you move the armband to somebody like João Pedro, to Bruno, to Enzo, and suddenly you're in a conversation where you have that upside to chase. Even Ekatike or Wirtz, like, you put the armband on one of them and they do well, and you're laughing. But this is a rested Haaland who didn't play against Newcastle in midweek, against a Liverpool side that they will want to beat because they need to stay in the title race. I just think that selling him is a bridge too far for me. Yeah. If you're brave and you want to do it, then I'm sort of here for it. But for me, it would be a step too far.
I think the issue is those 2 games he's got immediately after Liverpool. It looks good at the moment because, Haaland's playing Liverpool away. João Pedro's got Wolves. That looks a great, easy move. But then next week's going to come round and Haaland's going to be playing Fulham at home.
Yeah.
And you're going to go, oh, yeah, this is... We've got 14 points against them away, back in game week 14.
Yep.
And he's going to be the highest captained, and I'll be captaining him, I think. I can't really see any reason not to captain Haaland at home to Fulham.
Double game week?
Oh, it will be a double game week. That's a good point.
You're surely going to go, I'm going to go Gabriel.
Yeah, well, doesn't that make things even more interesting then? Because if you're not going to captain him this week against Liverpool, and you're not going to captain him against Fulham, you've got 2 weeks of Pedro potentially outscoring him, and no, you weren't going to captain him anyway. I'm not doing it. This just as a caveat. I'm not. It's not on my radar to do it. But if you're considering it, That surely has to be a factor. You're not going to captain him anyway, so the risk it's at least a bit reduced. Like, you can be annoyed if he scores and everyone's captained him, but you wouldn't be captaining him anyway.
No, but 70% ownership without the captaincy.
Yeah, but if Pedro blanks in the next 2 game weeks and Haaland gets a massive haul, you would feel a bit
cheered.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna say no with you, but yeah, this stream has been sponsored by Carmex. It might as well have been. Colm says, "As stop the Fulham bashing. The Brighton game was 2 weeks ago." Oh, yeah. Don't remind me, Colm. Don't remind me. JC says, "Shame Palmer isn't right. He was a great captain." Yeah. Any thoughts on Palmer? I mean, there's no real. Those fixtures: Wolves, Burnley, Leeds, and we're not getting Palmer.
Do you think Palmer is even in the top 5 Chelsea assets to own for those fixtures? Because I don't.
Well, there's Enzo, Pedro, Palmer. You're not going near any of the other attackers. And then you've got Chalobah, Sanchez.
Cucurella, Sanchez.
I mean, yeah, probably.
He's 6th, I think.
It's Enzo, Pedro, Palmer, isn't it?
Is it?
Or is it Enzo, Pedro, Chalobah, Palmer?
Cucurella, Chalobah.
No,
I think Cucurella and Chalobah are both better owns than Palmer.
I'd go Palmer.
You cannot guarantee he's going to start in all of those games.
No. I'd go Palmer over Cucurella, but I'd go anyone over Cucurella. So maybe I'm a bad.
I wouldn't.
You think you would back Cucurella to outscore Palmer over the next 3?
Because I think Cucurella starts in all of those 3, and I don't think Palmer does.
He's only started 2 of the last 4. He's had a bit of an injury there,
He's been a bit injured. He still looks a bit injured. I think he will be benched in one of these. I think he's tough Wolves.
If Palmer and Enzo were the same price, which obviously they're not, Palmer's way more money, I'd have gone for Palmer.
If Palmer and Enzo were the same price, you'd go for Palmer?
Yeah. If Palmer was like
Despite
7 million,
injuries.
which he's not, I'm very aware, but I would. He even an injured Palmer on penalties with those fixtures, playing in the 10, even if he played 2 of the next 3 games, he's still like.
He's off it.
He's got Wolves, Leeds, and Burnley.
Yeah, but he could be
Leeds
playing
and
me.
Burnley.
Right, hang on a minute. We've got to look at his stats for the last few weeks. I don't even remember him having a shot that was on target.
He got a 0.7 XGI against West Ham.
I'm getting the members area up. We're going to have a look at his numbers. This is ridiculous. It is a shame he's not right. He would have been a great buy for the double game week. He would have been a good captain for the double game week, but he's not.
I'm agreed he's not right. I'm agreed he's not playing particularly well. I agreed he's got fitness concerns and all that. But he is still Cole Palmer. And he has only missed 1 game out of the last 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games.
How many points do you think he gets in the next 3 weeks?
I don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if Palmer got a 15-pointer in one of the next 3 weeks. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Whereas Enzo, I think Enzo's been lucky with the returns he's got. He's had a fortuitous assist. He's had a last-minute goal against West Ham. He's got a penalty when Palmer didn't play.
So in the last 6 weeks, Palmer has had 10 shots on shots, of which 3 have been big chances, and he scored 2 of them. To put that into context, Harry Wilson's had 10 shots. Morgan Rogers has had 19 shots. Harvey Barnes and they're terrible.
Well, Harry
has had
Wilson's the
16.
darling of the
Gakpo's
FPL
had
community.
16. Szoboszlai, who I've just slated because he's playing in defence for most of the games, is 15.
But Sam, he's got Wolves,
Enzo Fernandez.
Leeds, and Burnley. If it was like 3 decent, half decent teams, I'd be saying, okay, yeah, no, it's the 3 best fixtures you can pretty much have, and this in this spell. Would you if Palmer was 7 million, you wouldn't punt on him over for the next 3 weeks?
It's not like he's had terrible fixtures coming into this. Fulham, he's had Bournemouth, who concede for fun, Man City, who are off of it, Fulham, Brentford, who were away and are pretty poor away from home, and West Ham. Now, in that time, he has got those 2 goals. One of them came against Brentford, to be fair, and then the other one came against Bournemouth. That was in game week 19. I'm not buying it.
Yeah, he's due.
Or he's injured and being managed.
It's a bit of a pointless debate because I wouldn't buy him at 10 million. I completely accept that, but I think if you're looking for someone a bit desperate, I still think he's in the top 5. I still think
someone a bit desperate.
If you're a bit desperate and you don't want to go for Kukurea, then I mean, no one. I think most people agree with you in the chat, so I think that's fine.
Yeah,
that's hops up on coffee.
there.
I wish I haven't had any today. I am. Flagging.
That's probably the problem.
Absolutely flagging. We'll take one more question because you got to go to the gym, haven't you?
I'm supposed to be at the gym.
Supposed to be at the gym. We'll take one more.
I'm hoping that my husband has rounded up the children, and so that as soon as I finish here, they're ready to go. Lee, if you're listening, round up the children.
Let's hope you have. We'll take this one. Sushant, are we overlooking Munoz and his incredible upcoming run in lieu of a double game week?
Well, this is always the problem, isn't it, with double game weeks, is that we suddenly go, ooh, laser focus on the double game week and we forget about everything else that's going on around. I'm done for the double. Like, I've got my 3 Arsenal in play, so I am looking around. Now, Munoz is one of those players, as you know, I love him. And his fixtures are...
Munoz.
I know we do.
Love Munoz.
He's got great fixtures. Obviously, it's the big old derby with you lot next. It still baffles me as to why it's a derby, but nonetheless, the rivalry is there. And then after that, Burnley, Wolves, before Man United and Spurs, and then Leeds, Man City. Like, it is a really nice run of fixtures for Palace. I have multiple issues with Palace, though. I have multiple issues with what on earth is going on at the club, with the manager and everything else. I have issues with the signings that they've spent. Like, how is this a club record fee for Jurgen Strand-Larsen?
I don't know. I don't know what is going on. Honestly, it's crazy.
What's happening there? Like, you know Munoz will create, but do we trust Strand-Larsen to put them away? Couldn't even get in the Wolves squad ahead of Mane. So that's a problem. Brennan Johnson is great. I love him, but what were they doing spending that much money on Brennan Johnson? Let's be real about it. I just don't love Palace, despite the fixtures being nice. But they are a bit mixed as well, and Munoz isn't cheap. Maybe Munoz is the option after the double game week, but the problem is in the double game week, it's Burnley at home with a team that had the lowest XG in the whole league in game week 24 and didn't have a single shot on target.
They've got big problems, Palace. No winning 9.
No, and they keep like getting a goal from somewhere, but they do always concede. So with Munoz, it's just you're looking for upside.
Yeah.
Is there? And he does have that, but they're not creating loads and they're not scoring loads. So I just think that it really pains me to say don't get Munoz because I really do like him and I think he's a fantastic player, but I just can't see the value.
Yeah. I don't mind him as a punt next week. If you've got your 3 Arsenal sorted, you don't want to get a Wolves player, you want to take a bit of a punt on Munoz. I don't hate it. The fixtures are very, very good and it's Burnley at home next week, but I can completely understand why people are not going to be buying him because it's just not a good Palace side at the moment. Cool, right, I'm going to let you run. Thank you as always.
Literally.
Great questions in the chat. Yep, exactly. I'm going to let you run. Go run and be free. Thanks everyone. Make sure you're liked and subscribe to the Fantasy Football. Make sure you like this video and are subscribed to the Fantasy Football Scout YouTube channel. Check out the site. All the great articles and tools are all available for you over there. Sam and I will be back next week for the Game Week 20. Is it midweek next week?
Yeah, so we'll be back in that kind of weird moment because it's ahead
Yeah.
of the FA Cup
Yep.
weekend, midway through the double game week. So we'll
Like a
still be back.
27. Yeah, we'll be doing something. We'll be
We'll
around.
be doing a couple of we might do some like team. Maybe we'll do some team stuff.
Yep. Nice. So we'll see you then. But yeah, have a good evening. Don't forget it's an early deadline tomorrow on the Friday night. And we will see you next week.
Bye, guys.